Well, my name is Emmanuel Katongole. I'm based in Uganda. That is my place of work with the company called Quality Chemical Industries Limited. We're in the health sector. We manufacture medicines for HIV, AIDS, and malaria. These are two biggest burden to healthcare on the African continent. They they consume the biggest budget on the health sector agenda for many countries. And for us in Uganda, AIDS and malaria have been terrible, terrible diseases. At one time, we were losing 400 people every day because of malaria. And our incidence rate to HIV/AIDS was 15% plus. Making sure that we subdue the impact of the disease is what I do every day, and we set up a manufacturing facility that manufactures medicines for these two diseases. Yes, we've been doing it for Uganda. We're now exporting some of our medicines to neighboring countries, Kenya, Tanzania, South Sudan. I think Africa is waking up. Africa is waking up. It's a giant. If you look at emerging statistics, really show Africa to be the next destination for investment. And the health sector is a very key sector on this agenda, because that's where the burden of disease is, most particularly when it comes to neglected diseases. Growth perspective is big. Of course, its health sector has been neglected over the years. People have been dying without care. But the continent is waking up. The continent is waking up, and the responsibility to do that is for all of us, private sector, public sector, the international community. But it's high, and it's getting interesting every other day. I think when you look at businesses, I believe that the engine that powers development. The public sector, governments are not good at doing business. It's the private sector, it's the businesses that we do that provide employment, that provide the taxes that run governments, that provide research and development. I think businesses are going to be the key sector that is going to define the future, particularly in Africa, the future of economic development. I think so. Africa, as I said, is ripe. Look at demographics. We're talking about 1 billion people, almost catching up with the size of India when it comes to consumption. But it's not only 1 billion people, but young people. About 65% of Africans are people of 30 years and below. That defines consumption. That defines production. Look at educational levels. Literacy is really rising. But above all, natural resources. I think Africa is the biggest reservoir of exploitable natural resources. We're seeing reservoirs of oil, reservoirs of minerals. What was the biggest problem in the past was insecurity and lack of commitment by the public sector. But now it's all changing. It's all changing. Very exciting time for Africa, and Africa is the place to be now.